I want to talk a little bit about this warrior concept. I have mixed views on it, I know. Some love it, some hate it, some don't agree with it. But what is it? And I think there's an opportunity for us to frame it or reframe it. It's not about being the destroyer. It's about being the protector of what's sacred, being the defender of what's sacred. As Stephen Pressfield wrote, the warrior fights not because he hates what's in front of him, but because he loves what's behind him. Awakening the warrior isn't about picking up a weapon. It's about picking up responsibility. Not domination, but devotion. Not control, but presence. When we fear the warrior, we exile. When we glorify him, we lose ourselves in him. When we initiate him, aligning strength with heart, that's when transformation happens. Now, I want you to imagine a stew. I call it the stew of radicalization. And in this stew, we have a few ingredients: faulty teachings, outdated models, toxic conditioning. Notice I didn't say toxic masculinity, I said toxic conditioning, because we're conditioned to a lot of things. Deep-seated fear, shame, untouched grief, unresolved grievance, that point when a man loses hope, and I think significantly, when men feel like they don't matter. And beneath that, another layer, we start putting the seasons in: existential loss of identity, isolation and loneliness, algorithms that know how to activate and amplify our grievance, echo chambers masquerading as belonging, and a sense of powerlessness, where men seek control, seek more certainty, and can have a more narrow view of how the world works. So extremism isn't about ideology. It's often about belonging. And most men know how to perform strength. Few men have been invited and initiated into strength rooted in love. The sacred masculine expresses itself through presence, power without force, where your nervous system regulates the room. Often when I'm training facilitators, I'll say the room is with you in the first 30 seconds. It has nothing to do with the words you say. It's all about the presence and energy that you bring, because people can feel it. Compassion with a backbone, the open-hearted warrior. Where your compassion is open and unshakable. Soft heart with a strong spine to be able to defend what's sacred. And boundaries with love. A boundary is not a wall. A boundary is a commitment you make to yourself in the presence of another. And ways we can do this is slow our body. Breath before strategy. Lead with curiosity, not correctness. Hold your center. Presence is often the strongest force in the room. You can sit in silence, and your presence can speak louder than any of your words. When we look at men in the workplace, 63% of men report feeling emotionally disconnected at work. 63. Disengaged employees cost the US companies $50 billion annually. Only 36% of men feel included in DEI efforts. When a man doesn't feel included, DEI can become polarizing. 55% of workplace misconduct cases involve men in power. Toxic culture is 10.4 times more predictive of attrition than compensation. Male leaders are 2% more likely to avoid seeking help for mental health challenges. And 25% of men report having no close friends. So men aren't disengaging because they're resistant. They're often disengaging because they're in pain and don't know where to put it. The world does not need armored men. It needs more awakened warriors. Not men who dominate, men who heal. Not warriors of war, warriors of compassion. The question is not, do you have warrior energy? You already do. The question is, how awake is it? May your fire be sturdy. May your strength be guided by compassion. May your courage build bridges where others build walls. The world isn't waiting for perfect men. It's waiting for awakened warriors, and the world needs us now.